friend, and welcome to Raising Daniels. Breaking chains, building courage, leaving legacy. I'm your host, Cherie Linford, Faith Legacy Coach, and this is the go-to podcast for Christian parents who are ready to confront their past, rise in spiritual authority, and raise bold children who stand strong in a world falling away from truth. Here we talk about breaking generational strongholds, overcoming anxiety and fear, and equipping you to disciple your sons and daughters to walk courageously in these final days before Jesus returns. Before we begin, please remember this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only, and it's not a substitute for professional, medical, psychological, or counseling advice. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and so you can be a part of our community polls where I hear directly from you. And if this episode encourages you, don't forget to comment and share it with another parent who needs this message. All right, let's get to today's episode. Today we're talking about something that might sound scientific, maybe even a little intimidating, but I promise you, I'm going to break it down simply, gently, and through a biblical lens. We're talking about the Christian parent's guide to the nervous system. We're going to unpack what the brain actually does in moments of stress, what the vagus nerve is in a simple way, what fight, flight, and freeze responses look like in your child, and most importantly, how God designed your child's body to protect them, not work against them. And by the end of this episode, you're going to feel less confused, less frustrated, and more equipped to respond with wisdom instead of fear. Let's start here, because this is the foundation. Your child is not broken. Their brain is not the enemy. Their reactions are not random. In Psalms 139, verse 14, it says, "Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it." Friend, that includes your child's brain. That includes their nervous system. That includes even their big emotions. Sometimes what looks like bad behavior is actually a protective response. Let me say that again. What looks like misbehavior is often a nervous system trying to keep your child safe. Let's simplify the brain into two main parts. The thinking brain, which is the front of the brain. The survival brain. This is the lower part of the brain. The thinking brain helps your child make good decisions, solve problems, listen and reason, control impulses. This is the part we wish our kids used all the time, right? But then there's the survival brain. The survival brain's job is simple. Keep me safe at all costs. It doesn't think logically. It doesn't care about manners. It doesn't care about consequences. It only asks, am I safe or am I in danger? And when the child feels unsafe, even emotionally unsafe, the survival brain takes over. And when that happens, the thinking brain goes offline. So when your child is melting down, shouting, refusing to listen, shutting down, they're not choosing disobedience in that moment. They're overwhelmed. Now let's talk about the three main responses your child's body goes into when they feel unsafe. Fight. This looks like anger, hitting, arguing, defiance. This child is saying, without words, I need to protect myself. The next response is flight. This looks like avoiding, running away, distracting themselves, anxiety, or restlessness. This child is saying, I need to escape. The third response is freeze. This looks like shutting down, going quiet, blank stares, not responding. This child is saying, I don't know what to do, so I'm shutting down. Friend, here's what's powerful. All three of these are protection responses, not rebellion, not manipulation, not bad kids. Protection. Before we continue, I just want to quickly let you know, if you're enjoying this episode and want to go deeper, make sure you check out the description below. I regularly share free resources designed to help you regulate your home, strengthen your faith, and support your children through anxiety and emotional challenges. And if you're ready for a deeper transformation, I also offer coaching programs and course options to walk alongside you step by step as you break cycles and build a legacy of peace and courage in your home. Everything you need is linked in the episode description below. All right, let's get back to the episode. Now let's talk about something called the vagus nerve. But don't worry, I'm keeping this super simple. Think of the vagus nerve like a communication highway between the brain and the body. It tells the body, you're safe, you can relax, or you're not safe, get ready to react. When your child feels safe, their body is calm, their breathing is steady, they can listen and connect. When your child feels unsafe, their heart rate increases, their breathing changes, their body prepares to fight, run, or shut down. Here's something so important. Safety is not just physical, it's emotional. Your child can feel physically safe, but if they feel misunderstood, pressured, or overwhelmed, their nervous system still reacts. This is where we shift everything. Because many of us were raised to respond to behavior like this. Stop that. Calm down. Go to your room. Why are you acting like this? But if your child's thinking brain is offline, they cannot respond to logic or correction in that moment. This is where Proverbs 20 verse 5 becomes so powerful. Though good advice lies deep within the heart, a person with understanding will draw it out. Friend, your role is not just correction. It's understanding. You're not just raising behavior. You are shepherding a heart. Let's look at Jesus for a moment. Jesus was never rushed, reactive, or overwhelmed, even in chaos. Why? Because he lived in constant connection with the Father. Isaiah 26 verse 3 says, You will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. Peace is not the absence of chaos. It's the presence of God in the middle of it. And friend, this is what your child needs from you. A regulated presence. Not perfection, not control. Peace. When your child is in fight, flight, or freeze, they don't first need discipline, correction, a lecture. They need co-regulation. That means you bring calm to their chaos. Here's what that looks like. soft tone of voice, getting down to their level, slowing your breathing, simple, gentle words instead of "what's wrong with you?" Try "I can see you're overwhelmed. I'm here." Instead of "stop crying." Try "you're safe. Let's breathe together." This is where it gets so beautiful. The way the nervous system works actually reflects God's heart toward us. When we are overwhelmed, when we are anxious, when we are afraid, God doesn't respond with punishment first. He responds with presence. Now, Psalm 34 verse 18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed." Friend, that's your model. Not distance, not rejection, not control. Closeness. Let's make this real. Scenario 1. Your child is having a meltdown. Instead of reacting with frustration, pause, breathe, lower your voice, and say, "I'm right here. You're safe." Scenario number 2. Your child refuses to do homework. Instead of "you're being lazy," try saying, "This feels really hard for you right now, doesn't it?" Scenario number 3. Your child shuts down emotionally. Instead of pushing, sit near them, stay calm, give space without disconnection. Now, friend, I need to say something important. You cannot regulate your child if you are dysregulated yourself. This is not guilt. This is truth. Your child borrows your nervous system. So if you are stressed, overwhelmed, reactive, they will feel that. If you are grounded, calm, anchored in God, they will feel that too. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." That includes your parenting. Here's your simple, practical takeaway for this week. The pause, breathe, connect practice. When your child is overwhelmed, pause. Don't react immediately. Give yourself 3 seconds. The second thing, breathe. Take a slow, deep breath. This calms your nervous system first. And the third step, connect. Before correcting, say something that communicates safety. "I'm here. You're safe. We'll figure this out together." Do this before discipline, because connection opens the door for correction. Friend, you are not just raising a child. You are shaping how they experience safety, connection, and God. When you respond with calm instead of control, with understanding instead of frustration, you are showing them a glimpse of the Father's heart. And that is legacy work. We come to the end of today's episode. I just want to remind you, you don't have to pass down the pain you inherited. With God, you can break the chains. You can walk in freedom. And you can raise children who are strong, grounded, and courageous in their faith. If this episode spoke to you, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with another parent who needs encouragement today. That's how we grow this movement and reach more families. And don't forget to check the episode description for any free resources or ways to work with me if you're ready to go deeper. Thank you for being here and for choosing to raise Daniels in a world that desperately needs them. I'll see you in the next episode.